Hello, survivors. The world of Zealand, Las Vegas is dark, brutal, and unforgiving as it is set during the zombie apocalypse that threatens to wipe out the human race. The content will be graphic and violent in nature, so be prepared. We return now to Zealand, Las Vegas to see how our group of survivors faces this dark new existence. Hello, survivors, and welcome back to Zealand, Las Vegas. I'm joined tonight by Matt.
Hi.
Gabe.
Hello.
Chloe.
Oh, it's me.
Jesse.
What's up?
And Mitch.
Hello.
When we last left off, our survivors had some chances to discuss amongst themselves what to do next. Mitch had talked with the colonel and got a little bit more information about what was going on and what the colonel knew. Matt had that gut feeling that he might have known a little bit more than was letting on. And Apex had picked off some of the slower zombies that had probably responded to the gunshots from earlier in the day. We're going to pick back up, and we're going to start off with Matt and see what he was doing when Mitch was talking with the colonel, Jesse, Chloe, and Gabe were discussing their plans.
So I know I said that I was going to go some goodbyes, but since I don't know anyone here, I just went for some alone time just to think on everything.
In the bathroom.
Just goes down. Peace, bitches.
So I probably went to the colonel's bedroom for a segment, and just because no one else was in there.
Right, everyone else was downstairs, and you had been up there finding Gabe and saw that it was empty. So
Right. So I probably just sit there and just spend a little while just thinking, I guess, just the mind, like the idea of leaving versus staying, what we could do here versus what would happen if we left, was going through my mind constantly.
Do a monologue.
No.
internal monologue.
Internal monologue? No.
Pros and cons, go. Bullet points.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Sure, why not?
It has to be in song form.
Yes. Bar.
Should I stay or should I go?
I can't say no. It's really happy. I mean, mainly like leaving could work, but I've been thinking like this the entire time. Honestly, it's just, I'm not sure.
He's beating himself up.
I put myself up over the
Well,
idea.
to be fair, it's been all of 10, 20 minutes in game. It's been 2 weeks since we recorded last. So plenty of time for y'all to kind of stew over your decisions.
Yeah, but I don't think about anything. Let's see. I mean, yeah, mainly I'm more for the idea of course, staying just because we can do a lot here and we can make our way down to wherever we need to go, and we can leave eventually. But I'm not saying hunker down for forever, but stay until the time is right. And once things go bad here, we can tell and we can leave so that we won't take the main effect of whatever happens here. If that makes sense. I think.
Stay in the abandoned.
Yeah.
Yes.
So again, you're kind of up there for, you probably have 10 minutes just kind of thinking to yourself, going to start weighing pros and cons, but you were also one of the ones that connected to Wi-Fi down in the bedroom. So would there have been anything else you would want to look up? In the previous episode, some of them downloaded some videos from YouTube to aid in survival, such as how to make a PVC bow and arrow, how to charge their phone with a watermelon and some salt, those types of things. Would there be anything like that? Any resources you want to gather on your phone, maps you wanted to download? Just anything that you could think of in the time you're spent alone and locked in a bedroom with your cell phone that you would want to do for 5-10 minutes.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 2 minutes. Let's see.
8 minutes to cuddle.
Yeah.
Pamela.
Rosie Palms and her 5 sisters.
Did you say Pamela?
Pamela Anderson.
Hi.
Is that her Angela?
Masturbation joke.
I like Pamela better. Anyway, besides that, I'd probably find some.
Some alone time.
You did say you wanted to take like 5 minutes of alone time.
I checked the colonel's sock through.
Just throwing out.
Is there lotion by the bed and or under it?
Roll luck.
Do guys put their lotion under the bed? Is that a thing?
Oh shit, it doesn't matter because that doesn't count.
He walked in.
I mean, pass.
I did go fast. I have 51 of them, but it doesn't matter.
So I
Anyway.
mean, in all
It was
in all honesty, like you are essentially alone up here. There be anything you'd want to search for? Not that type of honesty. I'm saying, like, you're
We can
essentially.
do a fade to black kind of situation.
And earlier you did have some suspicions. Would there be anything you'd want to look around for? And then I'm trying to lead you to saying you have the opportunity.
I don't have an opportunity. Matthew doesn't have the balls to do any of that shit. So
Okay, fair enough.
I'm playing me. I wouldn't do that because I'm just.
And again, that's the beautiful part about this game. If you're playing Dungeons and Dragons, you're a level 20 rogue stealing in the crown jewels. But here you're Matt,
Yeah.
locked in the dude's
Wonder
bedroom.
King.
Yes.
Oh!
A box? Shit.
Well, I'm assuming you would have like closed the door behind you.
Locked in a
Yeah.
dude's room.
Yeah, I mean, and Matthew wouldn't do any. Like Matthew wouldn't like go like look for anything unless he was
Okay.
really sure he would get caught. Like,
Now, if the colonel was a girl, he might look through some drawers.
Why do you
That's
third person?
because Matthew's always.
Matt is always third person.
Matt's
That's why
always-
he wears the backpack. It brings
You're
it
your own third
back
wheel.
down to earth. Some backpack of grounding +1.
You, your hand, and Matthew.
So
Fascinating.
before we move on to the rest of the group, Matt, just because you were not physically here in the last episode, is there anything you did want to do or look up to download that episode?
Well, I mean, I would have. I would have looked over the videos that was sent to me,
Okay.
just over and over, see if I can find anything else in the videos, maybe just because my own paranoia is just I'd be watching the videos about like over and over again just to see if I can understand anything else that goes on.
All right, so you kind of watch them over and you see again the slow progression from like when all the show's going on to like shit's gone sideways. In the last episode, in the last video, you hear the sounds in the video. You hear the screams and the beating on the wall. You hear what you now know as like the infected. And it sounds like from the video that wherever I'm hunkered down, I'm more or less surrounded or under assault, if you will. You see, the wound bandaged. You see additional blood, on my hands, black eye. It's almost like a progression of like I'm fine to
Not fun.
shit's really not great. And you watch all the videos again, and again you have the files, you have all that stuff, the documents that I sent, and you're kind of giving them a once over. Give me a intuition. Yeah, got it right. Intuition plus 20 since you kind of have some time to read over the stuff.
Okay. I have all my sigils back, right?
Everyone has because this is a new session. Everyone has all their sigils over.
Oh, just on the bonus sigils that we got from.
No one used them at that point. I'm sorry, we're losing out. Chloe's really tough.
You
with
did. You
heartstrings.
did get your Matt. Did you mark down your bonus role play XP from the last
For
session?
the previous session. You won the role
I think
play.
he did.
I did. Yeah. I just
So actually, one thing for the audience: what happens at the end of every session is the players vote to see who did the best, like the best role play, the coolest thing, who deserves an extra skill point. If you all want to start chiming in the comments section with who you think is the most deserving, that will help us at the end of the session tally up and kind of maybe sway the vote back and forth.
You
So-
have the power.
You have the power, but with great power comes with great responsibilities.
I don't have
I
that.
do that.
Can't always be Chloe.
You
Oh,
can't you can't vote for Mephistus. He didn't do anything.
You can vote for me instead.
Mephistus.
No,
But vote for the pumpkin.
Oh.
Our new intro video is just Mephistus.
For Matt Festus.
Mephistus.
perfect.
Again, intuition, because I
Yeah.
remember skills this time, plus 20. Because you,
Black
13.
dudes.
so 13.
Yeah.
So you're looking over the documents, and it kind of tells that it's a zombie apocalypse essentially, and this kind of goes in line with what Mitch was told by the colonel, that it is more or less a pathogen, and you even have a diagram of what the virus looks like under a microscope. And you're reading through this, and that coupled with your earlier suspicions that the colonel knew more than he was letting on, you heard about how Jesse and Matt amputated the man's arm, like really quick, and you were out there. And you're like, wait a minute. You make this logically, but the colonel came out and immediately was like, we need to take the arm. With no hesitation, no explanation, no nothing, just, we need to chop the arm off, and even pointed to right above where the black lines had made it up the arm. You do it that way, you will. So that's the logic leap that you make in your alone time in the colonel's bedroom.
Okay.
Anything else?
I mean, that's gonna take up all my time because I'm a slow person. So
You
Yeah.
said it on me. Alright, so you were doing your own thing. So we will go back down. Gabe, Chloe, Jesse, and Mitch are all kind of out in the. Sorry, Mitch is actually you are making your way back to the kitchen. Gabe, Chloe, and Jesse were out there in between the actual wall and the fence line. And the plan was to make your way to church to share with them the information you had about the base. So we will go to Mitch. You're making your way inside. And Doc waves you over.
What can I do for you?
Just, I could have gone a lot worse.
Could have gone a lot better.
True. I was checking everybody. He's fifth or sixth down the line to see how everybody was doing. And I noticed he was, because your friend with the backpack pointed it out, I'm never going to let you live that backpack out. It's like
I don't expect
3 seasons from now,
Oh,
you can have like the tattered remains of a Hello Kitty
by the way,
backpack.
you picked that up.
I did.
So he says, your friend pointed him out, and sure enough, he had a bite. I mean, obviously, I saw what transpired. You guys took it. That was quick thinking. I mean, if this is zombies, it's good to know that it's not a one and done situation. If we act fast enough, there might be hope for the rest of us.
It's yet to be seen if he's still, if now he's safe or not. So,
He looks better.
yeah.
And
And he looked okay before.
True. So he kind of looks over at him and he puts his hand, the back of his hand to his forehead. He's like, oh, he's a bit warm, but not alarmingly so. So we're gonna keep an eye on him, but we need to figure out what to do next. He essentially attacked somebody in here, and the wife is like right there, and she speaks up. She goes, he was just trying to protect my daughters and I. We didn't want you guys to kick us out. When he got bit, he was protecting us, and he fended off one of those things. He was scared that you'd force us back out there, but I didn't think he was capable of this. I didn't even know he had a gun. I don't know where he got it. Like she's looking at you, Mitch, and you don't see or detect any anger in her eyes. Like her husband did a bad thing. He came back with one missing arm and one broken arm. But you see more of like a resigned.
Listen. He paid a price. But to the people of this place, his action to keep you guys safe, he's never going to be accepted here. You think that girl is ever going to forgive him? Have you even talked to her?
No, I haven't really looked to the side, and you see like fresh tears kind of well up and start to spill down her cheek. She's holding the baby, and the little kid is just kind of like playing with a toy, not really aware of what's going on.
When he grabbed her and he backed out, I didn't hear him once call for you guys to come with him. He was trying to get out on his own.
I think he was just desperate. I can't speak for him. Like, I'm not agreeing with what he did. I'm not saying it was right. He shouldn't have done that. But he was just trying to protect his wife and his kids.
Yeah, well, if he was trying to protect you as much as you say, he wouldn't have gotten on that Jeep with you guys. He would have sent you on ahead.
But we didn't know. We don't know what this is. We just woke up to all this noise. And we saw what was going on and we made a run for it. We tried to get to our cars, but they were there. And we just ran. We ran and ran and ran. And fortunately, we saw them. We ran into them. He fought that thing off just outside of our house, and since then, we just ran. But you're right. I should go talk to her. And with that, she makes her way over to the woman in the corner who kind of looks up at her kind of warily. But you don't necessarily hear the conversation. You just see them start to talk. And Doc is kind of saying all the time. He's like, I'm just going to keep an eye on things here, but...
Look, if it were me, he'd be outside that fence.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
But, you know me. When he wakes up, if me and mine are still here, we'll see what goes on. I'll give him like a little pat. Oh, and check everyone.
He is, like, that's what he was saying. He's like, I started making my way through it, but he was already looking, and that's when it happened. So after that, he went back to, people were kind of lined up. There's not that many people in here, but he has been going through systematically. You see,
I think we're the only ones.
yeah, you're the only ones he hasn't checked fully yet, including the Colonel and some of his people too.
Remind the Colonel to chew out Church and his gang for not checking him before they brought him on board.
I'll let Church do that.
Damn it, me!
He's kind of laugh. That's a conversation between Church and Colonel. But if nothing else, this confirms our suspicions of this batshit crazy thing that's happening. We know for sure bites are not a good thing. I mean, you saw the black marks on his arm, right? Like,
Yeah.
I've seen blood poisoning. I don't know what the hell that was.
We should probably... We need to know if it's more bacteria-based or if it's like, why a bite? What's on is, it has to be the saliva, right?
You've seen the same movies that I have. If this is really zombies, then yeah, if I had a lab, I don't know, even a microscope I could look, but nothing like that. I keep people alive in the field.
You got a magnifying glass. Think that'll work? I'm
Yeah.
joking. I'm joking.
Need more magnification. Enhance that zoom.
We need 7 magnifying glasses today. Just stack them.
I'm gonna go see about breakfast.
You had me at breakfast. See if there's any coffee in there.
It was the last word I said. So I'm glad I've got you now. Right where I want you.
With breakfast. See if they have any coffee.
Yeah.
And he just kind of rubs his face, and like you can see that he's. When you saw him in the field, it was just like pure focus, just nothing but like boom, got it. If you've ever experienced an adrenaline rush, you can experience that like heightened focus, heightened sense of awareness. But the after effect, it leaves you tired. That's what he looks like now. He looks tired.
The high and the crash.
As I walk by towards the kitchen, I'll stop the 2 girls and I look down at the one that we had saved.
Yeah.
When you're done talking to her, come see me in the kitchen, okay?
And she was and you weren't in here earlier, but Chloe was, and she had been like just did that thing where you can't like make words or do anything except for blow sound bubbles. And so you still see like the red eyes, like the puffiness, like kind of like the wife. The tears aren't flowing anymore. She's very calmed down. She's like, you guys saved me.
You
Thank you doesn't cover it.
take care of this, and I just like do like the point between you and her.
This whole thing.
Yeah, you take care of this. Come talk to me in the kitchen when you're done. Okay?
I will. And she looks up. She's like, "Are you gonna make more food?"
Yeah.
And she reaches over to her backpack and she shuffles through and she hands up. She has like half a carton of eggs. She's like, "Here, just the least I can do. You guys saved my life."
Thanks.
Chicken seeds.
Yes, chicken seeds.
And
You're not wrong. That's the worst part. You're not wrong.
end of episode. We just put it on.
Oh, no.
So she hands that over, and you make your way to the kitchen.
I'm gonna go plant some chicken trees.
Who's in that room?
So when you left, Jenkins was still out at the fence line doing whatever,
That's fine.
dragging bodies around.
As
Probably,
far away from the
probably
kitchen
for the
as possible.
best. Yeah.
Yeah.
You handle the dead stuff. I'll handle the live stuff.
Well,
Chicken seeds.
the unborn stuff.
So if you're gonna whip up breakfast, when there's more of the people that are in there than not. The only people really outside, there's like a couple of the civilian men out there, the ones that had come up for the combat. When you left, they're kind of helping with the securing of the fence, the cleanup effort. Everyone else is pretty much in here, and when they see you specifically, because they remember you from the other day, get handed some eggs, you have other people start shuffling forward with various goods. You have canned meats and this, that, the other thing. So go ahead and give me a broad crack. See what type of piece de resistance you whip up.
Can I give him a sigil?
I'll spend the sigil. So plus 25.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So yeah, you're whipping up breakfast.
yeah.
So take a plus 15. Anyways,
Okay.
like you're whipping up edible food at this point. It's not
Okay.
rocket scientist, and you do a lot of cooking for a large group. So plus 15 plus your sigil, so it's plus 40 on
I'm at 68. I would have, if I didn't get the bonus, I would have failed by 1. But no, I passed. It's a okay success.
So you're not trying to like perform brain surgery. You're not trying to cook for Gordon Ramsay.
Right,
You're trying to make edible food to keep people alive.
right.
And you do just that. Like the colonel pretty much gave you free range on his kitchen. He was just like make things happen. So you start digging around for spices, and you find complimentary things that he has. It's the same like you buy the rack and you use 3 of the spices, the rest just kind of sit there. He has all of those. So you start adding this and adding that, and after a while, you kind of make this like egg scrambled breakfast casserole type
Yeah.
thing, and it's really good. Like because it's an open kitchen, like the smells kind of wash out to the rest of the house, and soon people are starting to line up. You actually do find coffee, just regular like Folgers coffee grounds, and he's got like your typical McCormick coffee pot.
I'm gonna have to read the instructions on how to work that thing because
Never made coffee.
no, I hate coffee.
Ugh,
Coffee's disgusting.
communist.
Very
So you read the jug and it says put X amount of scoops per X cups of water in a filter.
If coffee smelled like if coffee tasted like it smelled, I drink that shit every day.
So
It
you-
does.
No, it does not.
to make your life easier, if you're making coffee for the military, you can't make it too strong. Like we drink energy drinks till we get heart palpitations, and we keep drinking more to keep us awake.
Sponsored by.
Sponsorship, no. So yeah, you read the instructions and you put like 4 heaping scoops of coffee grounds into this filter, and you add the water and hit start.
And I'll add just a tiny bit of cayenne pepper.
There you go. Show that. It actually does enhance the flavor of certain coffee, so does salt. So you make this, and so like the rich,
I do know what I'm doing, apparently.
the rich aroma of Folgers and this mishmash of hobo stew just kind of walk throughout the house. So you have breakfast on your way.
Have you guys ever had egg casserole to where like it's not an omelet, it's like a literal like casserole of egg?
It's just a bunch of things mixed together that are not going to kill people, probably.
Yeah, so egg casserole.
He's sustaining life at this point, in a good way.
Yeah.
So you
Little
all
milk in the eggs to make them extra fluffy.
there you go. Make it just whisk it like with a little salt bay, some seasonings in there.
Oh, I've got like 4 in my head. I'm like,
So while you were doing that, the rest of y'all are outside. Your plan was to go talk to church. Mitch had just peeled off to go inside.
Yeah. So whenever he did that, I'd look at you, I'd look at Gabe,
Don't look at me.
and then takes back my eyeballs.
give me those.
I don't know, I'm sorry.
What type of shit is it?
Okay. So then,
Play some with chicken seeds.
stop. There's so many other seeds.
They're not
I'm
growing.
gonna go
This is
into
so
it.
weird.
So then at this point, I just start shuffling like towards church's area, and then like once I get kind of close, like within like 10 to 7 feet, not 5 feet, but like almost 5 feet.
Stay over there. I don't want to
Oddly
get
specific distance away from church, you have arrived.
Okay.
He looks up.
And I would be like, hi.
He looks up. He's literally, you see him like grabbing the stack from the, or
Yeah.
grabbing a sandbag from the stack, and placing it down on the fence.
Hey, if you have some time, I do have a video and some information I'd like to share with you and your group. I'm with these guys and the other guys, the one with the backpack.
the guys, the one with the backpack.
Backpack kid.
That's all you have to say.
Shut up.
That's exactly who you're talking
So,
about.
and I received this video on just like Facebook and stuff. So I wanted to show you it. It's about the air base you're trying to go to.
As soon as you say airbase, he drops, literally just chucks
Throw
it into place,
Show.
and he's like, lead the way. You have my undivided attention.
He
Do you
dropped his
wanna?
bag.
So just to put it in scale,
Right.
Church is like 6'5". He's a big, broad dude. Yeah, but like muscle. No offense to him. He's a big, like, you see that he's strong. Like, he chucked that bag like it was nothing. He towers over you, but he has rapt intention on you because you said the airbase. He's like laser focused on whatever you have to say at this point.
I'm like, do you think I should take him back to the room to show him here?
Here is away from civilians.
Then yeah, okay. And then I take out my phone, open up my gallery to the downloaded video, not a picture. It's just a
Look,
little
this picture
screenshot.
of
I'm
the
like,
video
there you
I
go.
So
I
where are you showing this video at?
right where we are physically
Okay.
standing.
So
Outside, right where he tossed the sandbag.
he handed it to him.
I hold it and I like
So
put it in front of my face.
He's watching. He puts a big like meaty hand over
Like,
to
I'm like-
block the sun, and he's watching this video. And you see at first like a look of confusion, and then kind of you see like his facial features droop, and then harden, like in anger, kind of like he's suppressing anger at this point. And the video ends, and he's like, "When did you get? How long ago was this made?
I don't know when it was made. It seems really
Like, how long
recent.
was it posted?
Like,
It was.
what, an
you-
hour? or
You
two?
remember it was about 12 hours ago. It was
Yeah.
made.
Yeah.
I would say, like, you remember from the G drive, like, the timestamp was about 12 hours ago. It was right about when you all went to bed.
I'd say right when everyone went to bed, like about 12 hours ago.
But we didn't have access to it.
Yeah,
Right.
I told them, I'm like, I didn't exactly, like, I didn't see it whenever it happened because I just got on the Wi-Fi now. I'm letting you know as soon as I knew.
By the way, it's purple fur.
With a 3.
And you say you got this on Facebook?
Yeah.
Roll for it.
Is this
Diplomacy?
Deceive. Yeah, deceive.
Deceive.
Same thing.
Want to add any sigils right
Yeah, I'm gonna add a sigil.
yes?
51, is that the math?
25
No.
plus.
No, I'm way off. I'm stupid.
61.
61. I'm
Okay, 61.
not taking that anymore this semester.
I rolled 29.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. He's like, well, it's good that he's getting the word out. This,
He only has like friends and family on Facebook and stuff.
it's a friend of yours?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And yeah, it's a little stressful not knowing what to do about it because we kind of want to get him out, but at the same time,
Dangerous.
You know,
There's a whole lot of dangers between us and there. And if it's as bad as he says it is, he wasn't asking for a rescue.
hmm So I don't know if that changes your plans with going there, or if now you want to go there and like kick extra butt, pow.
got a cow block.
See, he's very quiet, very still for 2 minutes. Damn it. The last orders we had were to go there. But if it's that bad, that's a suicide mission.
I know.
He takes off his helmet. He just kind of sets it on the ground, runs his hands across his head, shaking for the most part.
It's even scarier to know that an air base is overrun, let alone what can happen when you're not military personnel. But I'm also sorry about, what's happened there and the mission or whatever.
Well, I mean, our last orders were just to go back. Part of our exercise, we go back there, we talk about what we did, lessons learned. I've got men with family here, and you get a sense that he's not necessarily like talking to you for conversation's sake. He's just kind of talking out loud, and you
Yeah.
see he's just kind of staring off into the distance. And like it's almost unnerving to see a man that you see in charge, like a big, strong-looking dude, looking so kind of
Defeated.
like stunned, almost defeated, and you do kind of see his shoulders kind of slump, and he's, I'm not leading my people into a death trap. Do you have any way of contacting this individual?
I can try through Facebook and everything. I can see if I can reach him. I haven't tried to reach him before really, so I can try for you, but the only other thing is that right now, instead of going there, even though I know that might be something that you'd want to do and everything, except of course suicide mission, because it is.
Not a big fan of that decision.
This place it needs your help. You and your people, you and your men are doing a lot for this place. It's hunkered down in the mountains. I feel like this could be a good purpose for you guys now, if that helps you at all. But I can try to get in contact with this individual and get more information if you'd like. Over.
Valid.
On the radio?
I did.
If he's still alive, and there's any chance that there's a resistance building there or a force building there, I can't make all of my people go, but those of us that volunteer will try to make a push. but I don't want to lead a bunch of people into a meat grinder. I've done it before. I've lost people before based on orders from above, but right now we don't have any orders. I don't know if there's anybody left to give orders. This whole situation is fucked. And you just see like the more he's thinking about it, like he's getting angry about it. He's just it's bubbling over that he's at this impasse where he has to make this decision. Should he stay and help here? Should he go? Should he try to risk it? And you see all this kind of like arcing across his face. And he just takes a deep breath and he's like, we'll stay for now. Try to reach your friend. If there's anything left to save, if there's any point of going there, we have our orders. But if there's not, there's not even a reason to leave. But thank you.
And if you want to gather everyone, and I know you guys are doing very important work, but it's also important to like take a break and have breakfast. And I think it's cooking, smelly things.
You can kind of smell something.
I'm like,
You smell
Smell
coffee.
it.
Coffee is very like pervasive aroma. So you do smell coffee at the very least. He goes, Can you let us know when it's done? We'll stay out here and keep working and we'll come and eat chips.
okay,
You can bring some out.
Yeah,
Have you shown this to the colonel?
not yet. No, you're the first person.
Can you?
Yeah, I can go try to.
He's resourceful. He might be able to offer something. Again, he's retired, but that doesn't mean he quit.
Would
So-
you like us to like deliver the breakfast instead of you guys coming in?
Yeah, we can just bring it up.
Yeah, if that makes it easier.
That would be great. Just we're used to simple things, so food to keep us going, and I can use some coffee. I can smell it on the air.
Cool.
So with that, he turns and he gives a whirly bird, which is a rally sign, and you see all the military people kind of come back together. You can, are you making your way back in?
I would immediately go try to look for the colonel,
Okay.
which she said he was still outside. So
Yes, he was, because
Yeah.
Mitch had gone back inside.
yeah.
So you kind of start to hear him giving the situational report to his people. You don't catch all of it because he's facing away from you. But while this is all going on, Jesse, Gabe, is there anything you want to do, or you just kind of
I'll wait out here a little bit.
Okay.
Once it gets cleared out, just, like if she walks off and everything, I'll just go to church and so like, let me know if you decide to go.
all right. If I do, I can't say how many of us will go.
Well, we got one volunteer already.
It must be Halapsi if you guys are willing to go to the faces, the jaws of death.
Just like seeing them like that.
We'll let your group know. You guys have pulled your weight.
Thank you.
Gabe?
I'd pretty much be going in line to wait to help bring food out for the other people.
Okay.
Just like, I'm waiting for the food.
Alright, so Mitch is whipping up a culinary feast. Chloe and Gabe are going to help kind of ferry food back and forth. Jesse kind of said his piece in the church. So back to Matt. You've had your alone time. You've made your logic leap,
Don't bring a black light in there.
and you start to smell. I'm very familiar with the smell of coffee. I don't know if everyone else can be like, that's coffee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can smell
Yeah.
coffee, yeah.
So you start to smell coffee, which is very, very strong smell, but you also start to smell like seasons, and you start to smell food.
Just smell winter.
Summer.
Yeah, it smells like food. Your mouth kind of starts to water because you realize, it's going on probably 9:30, 9:45 this time. You guys ate. You had a pretty decent dinner before you went to bed. Mitch whipped up some burgers for you guys. You're definitely hungry, and you smell this aroma of pleasantry drifting up the stairs.
I would take a second, and then I'd probably put my phone away, and then I would head. I'd head downstairs, make sure to like when I leave the colonel's bedroom to close the door silently if I can, just like be quiet about it.
So as you come down the steps, it leads you to the hallway, and to your left, because you're facing the front door. To your left is the bedrooms you all are meeting up at. To the right is the living room and the kitchen. That's where you smell the smells coming from.
It's coming from the
Just be clear on the note. How many shots did I have in the bread I picked up? Because like, was it the guy's gun or was it
Yeah,
your?
you have the guy's gun.
Yeah, so it had been 13 left.
Okay.
He ripped off 2 shots.
Technically, you didn't have the gun earlier.
I had one pistol.
Because the one that you threw is the one I picked up and I had.
Yeah, but I took one off the guy.
Yeah.
Which, I thought you had it.
No, I had it too.
So
Well, I
you
guess-
were given, Mitch, you were given a pistol that one of the army people.
Oh yeah, you.
Which is the one that he threw on the ground. Matt shattered the wrist and then got the gun.
He grabbed the one I threw though.
I grabbed one that you threw.
Well, that's your pistol though. That I have the ammo for. Okay, now move on.
So there's 2 pistols total,
Yeah.
which
And-
I actually need to update our ammo count.
Yeah, which Mitch has one and then Jesse has one. So I don't know why I have them for it right now. That's okay. Okay, just checking because I'm just confused. That's 7 right now. I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure. But let's see. I would probably. Yeah, I mean, I'd head towards the kitchen because my first instinct is I wonder who's cooking.
So again, as you come into the living room, you see the man in the blue polo still unconscious, but looking a lot better than the last time you saw him when you were shattering his forearms and cutting off his arm.
Yeah.
All bandaged up. Again, Doc is tending to him. You see the wife and the kids talking to the woman that he had held hostage off in the corner. And Doc looks up at you and kind of gives you the head nod over.
Yeah, I'll head on over then. One head over. How's the man's wrist looking? Like, is it looking really bad?
It's basically he has one. This is his left arm. Yeah.
He only has one wrist, so.
Right. I'm saying his left arm, just the stump, is up, kind of propped on the above his heart. It's like propped up on something on the table, chair, on the arm of the chair.
Yeah.
His other arm so far hasn't really been attended to. It's just in a sling.
Yeah, because like after because this is my first time I ever fractured someone's arm, so I'm like,
Oh, it's still all kind of gross.
yeah, I know. So like I look at it like, oh no, okay, no.
Well, you do start to see the bruising around where you hit it, and it's starting a very like dark bruise. You can kind of see maybe a little bit of pooling at the bottom where you might have like see a vein, or ruptured some capillaries, that type of thing.
Okay.
It is not the most critical of the wounds, therefore the doc hasn't started to do anything for it yet.
Well, yeah, I know.
But he has it in a sling. It's against his body. He has the triangular bandage around it, and the other arm is propped up, kind of at least as much above the heart line as he can get. You can see an almost empty saline bag hanging next to on one of the shelves with a pit line going into the only arm he has left.
Okay. Okay, for
So
sure.
he nods you over. And
Okay.
he extends a hand, and he looks down and pulls it back, and it's like not a bloody low, but he has a glove on. He pulls the glove off and extends you a bare hand.
Yeah,
And he's like,
Oh God, oh God.
Bare
"Ah, fire."
and then yeah, I'll shake it. I'll shake his hand.
I told your friend, you pointed this guy out. Like, you were gonna check everybody anyways, but I was able to specifically focus on his arm. I imagine he would have been able to sneak it by me, but you pointed him out. I know things didn't turn out super well, but You pointing that out gave us the idea to start checking everybody. So thank you. You potentially saved this group.
Oh. Oh wow. Okay. I didn't think about that way. How is he doing? What'd you say?
Well, not dead yet. Gotta figure out what the fuck we're supposed to do with him.
What do you want to do with him?
I mean, being a medic, it's
Crack open all.
yeah, my viewpoint might be a little skewed. Even on the battlefield, if we shoot an enemy and the combat stops, my job is to go patch him up and save his life. So I might not be the best person to ask, but I mean, no sin is too great that you can't atone for it. But he kind of nods over to the woman on the floor. Not my call. I wasn't the one with the pistol to my head.
I should probably go talk to her before the day is over. So I can go see how she is. What did my friend say? The one who went into the kitchen. Like,
That
what's his view on this guy?
he said if it was up to him, the guy would be out. Again, I can't say he's wrong. I mean, if we're all banding together, putting a gun to someone's head is not the best way to foster a good relationship. I understand desperation and all. I just told him, I honestly didn't say anything. I said I need to look at the wound. I need to get a closer look at the wound. And that's when he lost it. He just grabbed the closest person next to him, whipped a gun out of nowhere. And now, I feel like the asshole for not noticing earlier. It's the stress of the day, I guess.
I don't blame you. It's been a stressful 3 days, you'd say.
Yeah.
If you need anything at all, you can let me know. I'll try my best, though. I'm only a kid with a Hello Kitty backpack, as everyone knows me as.
So what's your name again?
Matthew.
Matthew.
Or Matt works, honestly.
Hi, Matt. Again, thanks for the help.
Anytime.
Also, Matt Jew is acceptable.
You're not here, shush.
You're outside.
Okay.
I roll perception.
Was there anyone listening in on us at all?
Dave.
Yeah, it's like ear to the wall.
Throw
No.
With superhuman hearing.
Not really. Like the wife, she's talking to the woman in the corner. You kind of see them huddled and talking to each other. There's a couple people else in the living room, but as I described earlier, they all kind of have that same like 1,000-yard stare look. Just there's two types of people in the world. There's the people that are going to take action, and there's the people that are going to wait for things to happen. Like, the people you see in the living room, for the most part, aside from like Doc, are that second type of people. They're just waiting for the next thing. You smell the food. Some of them you see are kind of standing in line. There's other people that are just kind of like sitting, staring. You don't know what's going on. And what's going on in their life, you don't know what's going on. They just don't look like they're having plans or anything really going on. Just breathing in and breathing out at this point.
I saw these two in line, correct? Or like in line to how about food or something? Or like was
So probably at the end of your conversation with Doc is when they would have made it. They would have started coming through the door.
Oh, okay.
That weird time warp thing.
Yeah, time is weird. Yeah.
Time dilation.
Okay. I'd probably first make my way over to the kitchen, and then when I see like them coming, you guys are coming to like the kitchen, right? When I see them come to the kitchen, I'd probably stop and just. What are you guys up to?
Delivering food to the moon.
Oh, how many of them are there again? There's.
Numbers.
I think you said delivering food to the moon.
So outside you've got Church, you have Apex, you have Ember, you have Jenkins, you have the Colonel if you're going to deliver the food to him, and you have the 2 sentries.
Okay.
So 7 all said and done. There's also 2 civilians out there, so 9 in total.
Well, the civilians come in, but so.
Okay, but they're out there helping. They're out
Oh, okay.
dragging bodies around, making sandbags. They were out there for the combat, even though they forgot to have the good stuff.
Yeah.
But they're out there pitching in because they're super eager to help.
They ran out there asking, "What can we do? What can we do?" As we were all stabbing the zombies.
Yeah. Like, we have no idea what to do, guys. What should we do? Like, fucking help.
Help us there. So you two are bringing up food for the guys?
Yep.
There's 9 of them, so. I mean, you can bring all 9 plates out, people? Or.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, then I'll point towards. You said, like, I'll point towards, like, one of the groups of civilians.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
there's a couple sitting on the couch. There's a couple.
Get them to help. They need to start picking up their weight.
It's not my job to tell
Do you want me to tell them?
No, I don't want to personally deliver it. I want the men to be like, hey, she's nice. And I tried to put 4 plates on my arms.
It's gonna end badly. You two, on the couch, come on.
I'm like, no!
So-
Just let me make
So
rounds.
Gabe, when you say that, like they kind of look up, and again, this is what Matt saw. They were kind of sitting on the couch, just like there's no TV on or anything. They're just kind of sitting and staring at the TV. And as soon as you say that, they're both like, "What?"
He's sitting there pumping the BB gun a bunch. He's like, did I fucking study?
Yeah.
they both kind of like
He is only blind.
they kind of shake out of it and they're like, "What do you need us to do?"
Hey, yeah, you two. You guys are delivering food out to the men who are fortifying the place, and we all need to pick our pace. So, and then I'll just head to the kitchen.
Let them know that do a good job in mine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So they, I guess they make their way to like the edge of the kitchen, and they're just kind of standing there, like expecting.
You can help.
I grab plates and whatever, and I hand them to them.
So you picking around through the kitchen as you were. There's a couple like serving trays. There's like a pizza tin. You find a few things that are like sizable, so you can stack up like a bowl of this egg mash and a cup of joe. Like nothing in it. It's just straight up coffee with kind of pepper in it. To spice up your morning.
That's life.
You just hear from outside church takes his first thing.
Wait till next morning when I add the gravy sauce from today to it.
Why?
It's recycled.
No.
So you start.
Meat.
you tray this up and you hand it off. So who gets the first tray? Is it going to be the end these two, or one of you going to take out the first tray?
Me go first.
All right. So Chloe, you get the first tray. It's got four bowls and 4 cups of coffee.
Just go full barbarian in the Zombieland game.
Me go first. But
Chloe
I mean,
is tired.
like,
You gotta make athletics not to drop it all though.
This is why we have extra people.
that'd be really bad. But Mitch is, like he's already made it, so he's just like slapping it into a bowl,
Yeah.
pouring cups. So he's
Yeah.
got the second tray ready. He's got the third tray ready. So there's 9 people in total outside. Your tray has 4 on it. The next tray has 4 on it. The next tray has 3 on it. So you have a total of 11 plates. But you know that there's only 9 people outside.
I have one. I hand one to the other person, and I hand one to the other person. And I'm like, that tray has extra to the tray with 3. I'm gonna make that tray has extra. That'll be for you too. Thanks for helping. And then I push past them to go outside
Alright, so
in the
they're-
most polite manner.
They're following you outside. They're like
I can
honestly,
afford
they almost look kind of relieved to have something to do. Like sometimes a purpose is the only thing that keeps people going. And right now their purpose is to take this tray of food to the people with the bang bangs that are keeping the rah-rahs away from the fence.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
Did you also go barbarian?
I got a whole horde of them washing my car.
Yeah. So
You
they
want that back
follow
on
you
that.
out there. You open up the gate and you see the whole group of still kind of gathered in, talking to church. And he turns around as you come up, and he's not like ecstatic, but he smiles.
I smile. I walk up. I curtsy.
He's like, there's no need for that.
Here you
He's
go,
like,
my lord. I've got your daily breakfast for you.
Stop it!
he's like, everyone grab a plate, and then when you're done, stack them up. You three take them back inside. He points off to Jenkins and the two other sentries who have the same rank insignia as Jenkins. Basically, the two other new people, not new, but low-ranking people. And you'll notice that he takes his last. He's watching as everyone else takes their food, and then he grabs his last and says, "Thank you."
Thank you.
And then you and the so far unnamed NPCs who have their own food trays, but you don't yet. What do you guys do?
Before Church walks off, I just pick, never mind, I don't do anything at all. I go back inside with the trays.
Okay, so they follow you back in. Those two sit back down on the couch and they start tucking into their food and they're like, "Oh, pretty good." And they take a sip of coffee and they're like, I mean, so black coffee isn't for everyone, but of like zombie apocalypse, probably not gonna be able to get your French vanilla pumpkin spice latte out. Take what you
Turn
need.
around to Ric Flair.
So,
Are there more plates?
oh, there, he made, yeah,
I'll
people
serve shit in army helmets if I have to. Like.
people were serving and adding to, like everyone that was kind of in the room chipped in, so there's enough food to go around. Mitch, you would have kind of labeled out everything, and you knew basically from the previous night how many people were there, and you made sure there was enough for everybody, and everyone got a pretty sizable portion out of it. And there was not necessarily enough coffee to go around the first pot. You didn't get any complaints, so you made another pot of the same type. And everyone has their food for the morning, and you don't suffer any negative penalties. Don't need you. No constitution rolls like when we were playing Shadowrun game. Mixed up.
Both of us. I passed them.
Yeah, but I made it back up, almost killing the first one for sleep there.
So you've whipped up a pretty good breakfast, and everyone's been tucking in. Is there anything you wanted to do?
Probably would have been like cleaning as I cook, and on it, I probably wouldn't have a plate of my own. I was probably picking and eating like little bit full of shit,
Taste a
little
little
bit
bit.
full of food.
And like, why don't you eat? Because I'm so full from trying all your food first.
Yeah.
It's not poisoned.
And after the last bit of food had gone away, probably setting the dishes to like soak or go ahead and just scrub them all down and everything.
Okay.
So just probably still in the kitchen.
Okay. So you three, Gabe, well actually all four of you at this point, you're tucking into your own food, presumably. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss? And again, you can say like, we stay out here, everyone else is. We go find our own space. It's wherever you guys would feel most comfortable doing.
Well, I have a thing I want. I'm not sure what you guys.
You know what?
I have a thing I want to do. I'm not sure what you guys. So.
I would probably go back to the bedroom to eat my food in silence.
Okay.
And I was waiting for the girl.
Oh yeah, I was.
Right.
I'll be.
We'll get to her in a second.
Well,
I'll just be by like the window.
Okay.
I'm keeping an eye outside just in case.
I was gonna actually while we're eating, I was gonna go to the girl, and cause I still haven't actually talked to her since the whole thing happened, so I kind of wanted to see how she's doing.
Okay.
So, and if she would behave to the kitchen, talk to, I just follow her.
So would you want to just bring her some food, kind of?
Yeah, I would have brought her some food, definitely.
So as you were kind of shuffling back and forth, you see the wife with two kids get up and make their way into the kitchen, grab their portions, and they kind of head off to the side to eat. She's kind of, it's not a baby, it's like a younger child. Like it can eat food. It's not an infant. So she's kind of like feeding the baby while the little one's picking up the stuff, eating it. It's good. It's good. Like kids do. I have two of them, but I don't know they talk very. And you see the woman kind of on the floor, and she's sitting like knees up, kind of arms around her knees, not like rocking back and forth or anything, just like back up against the wall.
My food now, okay.
So you grab a cup of coffee, and you grab a bowl of hobos do, or
Mishmash.
egg mash,
Big man.
fork, and you bring it up to her.
Hey, you should probably eat. It's not good to starve yourself.
She looks up and she's, thank you, for everything. Thank you. She reaches up, she takes the bowl, she takes a bite. Wow, you do a lot with eggs. That's pretty damn good.
He is a great cook. So
Mitch Ramsey.
that's the name. Don't wear it out. My this next thing for a while.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll just take a seat next to her. How are you feeling?
All things considered, I don't have a gun to my head anymore.
That's
So there's that.
always a plus.
And just being here and being alive. I don't even live in this town.
Where are you from?
From Colorado. I'm here for a convention.
You're a long way out. Welcome to hell known as summer in Vegas.
They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but I don't think that counts for zombies.
I mean, I'm gonna assume that. Only Vegas. Everywhere else is fine. No. That's,
You have that Stephen King book Under the Dome or something.
you know, shit.
It's just a big experiment.
That makes sense. Okay. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry what happened to you this morning. Just,
Yeah, I have to say that was a first.
yeah, that was a first for me too. Seeing fracturing a guy's arm was also a first.
You know, you and your friends did just. He almost got shot.
Yeah,
You guys just rushed in with.
And almost got shot.
yeah, it was. In the moment, after looking at it, it was a kind of stupid decision, but it worked out in the end. I mean,
I'm glad it did.
no one is,
No one's hurt, guy.
no one that tried to stop the guy is hurt. So that's always a plus.
No one that has a name yet has been hurt.
You know, yeah. It's a not name that can't be attached. Anyway. Well, what is your name? No, just not that.
Stephanie.
Stephanie?
She offers out a hand.
Yeah, I'll.
What's your name?
Matthew.
And your friends?
The one
that
that
tackled him, that almost got shot.
yeah, the one that almost got shot. That his name is Mitch.
She points to the, he's in the kitchen.
Yeah, his name is Mitch.
And the other one that tried to help?
Oh, the one that tried to help.
The other one that helped. Okay.
Oh, try this one. The try fine. Yeah, the try to help.
The other one that helped, she's being nice.
His name is Jesse. So
I owe all three of you my life. I begin to know how to repay that.
I owe you my life. Cashing it in now.
Like I take Venmo,
I have Wi-Fi. It's fine. No.
you pull out a square and plug in your phone.
Do you have Zelle? Honestly, in this world, from what I understand now, and then it's only 3 days ago, of course, but the only way we can survive is if we help each other. So,
Yeah, I got lucky. They said, I'm not even from around here. When I saw those things, I hid. I hid. That's it. I hid in the car. It wasn't even my car. I left the club in the morning and just these things came out of nowhere.
where were you when it happened? When it started?
Good place.
Oh, fortunately I wasn't down on the strip.
Yeah, if you were, I was gonna be wondering how you got here from the strip, because
It was, well, not really a club, I guess. It was Timbers. Just a little local bar. And it's It's my type of thing. I'm from a small place in Colorado. I like a small town atmosphere. That place seemed like it fit the bill, and it was not very busy, which was weird. I guess with everyone sick, I guess it wasn't too crazy, but very small crowd. Had a couple drinks, left, and I saw these things chase someone down and eat them. Like, for lack of a better way to describe it, I hopped into a car and I hid in the parking lot. And then I heard these guys, and she points outside, she points over to Doc. I heard their vehicle, which is the first thing I'd heard in a while. I waved them down.
Gotta say, she got very lucky with some random person leaving their car unlocked in Vegas.
It was at a bar.
Still.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah.
That sounds like a smart idea. Me and my friends, there were more of us, but they chose to stay back or go off on their own. It was a fun day till we got in their cars and just tried to come here in the first place. So then we found.
What is this place? I mean, this is cabin, house.
Oh, you mean the mountain?
Yeah.
This is Mount Charleston. So
I mean,
it's not as high as down in the valley. So
it is. It's been warm for a girl from Colorado. This place is definitely warm.
yeah.
It's not so bad up here though. Kind of reminds me of home a little bit. Still got the snow in the mountains. It's nice.
Just wait until winter. Being from Vegas, it's not going to
We
be
got
fun
like
for
3
us.
inches of snow.
I was like, 30 inches of snow. People in Colorado are like, oh, you mean Monday? And being from Michigan, we would literally drive to school on the bus while there was like inches of snow accumulated. Buses like slaloming all over the place. Like, it's fine. We're good.
Fucking 4 a.m. The
Yeah.
big trucks driving by with just
Yeah.
salt pouring out the back of them.
We used to get up and pray that it'd be school canceled. Be like, haha, no, we're broke. You need to come to school.
And when it was canceled, it's I guess who's losing some summer vacay days.
Yes, they would take it back in the summer, but you're a kid, you don't care. So anyway, so yeah, she just says, you know, thank you again. I've talked to you and Mitch. When I see Jesse, I'll give him much the same.
And
Thumbs up.
and also, if you
Finger gun.
and also if you want to repay us for helping you, just shut up. just do.
Like, I know a
Just
room.
There's a few rooms.
There's a bed.
We don't have to resort to that yet. It's only been 3 days.
Wi-Fi is purple fair.
Just when it comes to the time,
Send me nudes.
shut the fuck up.
Follow me on YouTube.
You know, when it comes to time, just do your part here. That's all I really gotta say.
I thought you said do your partner.
Do your part.
It's me.
Do your part here. There we go.
She goes, yeah, I don't see myself making it back to Colorado anytime soon. This seems like the best option for now.
I mean,
I'll pay it forward. Thank you. And she puts her hand on your knee and kind of gives it a squeeze. Thank you.
Oh.
Not your thigh, your knee.
me. I know.
It's also Matt.
Instant.
Yeah, it's not gay.
Oh shit.
She just whispers, friend zone. Like,
Dave,
damn it,
you
even
had
in the
to-
zombie apocalypse.
Hey,
come on.
wait long as an apocalypse and friend zone will turn to desperate.
I'm like a 10 in the zombie apocalypse.
You want to know what happened? You didn't talk to her with your Hello Kitty backpack on.
That's
No, I did though. I have a with me.
Then why isn't he?
Because she's the one person that believes there's the whole demon child thing.
She really wants Mephistus.
Yeah, I would just nod after that and I'd make my way towards where Mitch is in the kitchen.
Mephistus.
So while all this is going on, is there anything anybody wants to say? It's kind of just one of those calm after the storm, because you just got through the attack. The cleanup is underway. They're fortifying everything. People are tucking into their breakfast. Even the colonel is just he's outside still with the troops, kind of helping out. Everyone's kind of tucked in. you start to see Jenkins coming back in with a tray, one of the pizza tray, stacked with bowls and cups and everything. He's like,
Pizza.
"Ah, I'm glad you're here."
They're over there.
Thank you. And he sets it down, and he just immediately, without asking, just starts washing stuff up. He's like, "Better you in here than me."
Yeah, and I'll take care of this. You're better used moving shit out there.
Okay, thank you. And he beats feet back outside. And then you see the other two, such as Jones and Smith, come in with their tray, and they set it down. Kind of, they again being like brand new in the army, low stripers. They start washing because that's what they do.
You too. Good work, but go help them.
They head back.
She's like, next person that walks in that door touches a dish.
They look like when you first join the military, your job is like they call it SWAT, like shit, waste, and trash. You take care of the stuff no one else wants to. Like, they're used to cleaning, so they're happy they don't have to.
Are we having a shot?
I, on the other hand,
Spatula.
what are the dimensions of the area inside
I didn't do anything to you.
the concrete wall in front of the house? So that wall house.
So
Wall house. You're gonna make us bust up a map, aren't you?
we can,
Maybe.
I think. Stand by. Let me try to go to.
This part will be gone in post.
All right. So again, here's the map of the colonel's house. All right. Out here, you see there'd be room for about, it's kind of like 2-car driveway. The gate house, the gate itself is big enough for like a larger vehicle, like a truck to drive through. As square footage goes, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. But there's enough room for like 2 cars to be parked one behind each other in the driveway itself. And the width of the house. Again, I'm not an architect. Call it, let's say it's 80 feet. There, 80 feet by 20 feet.
Looks about 2.5 cars long.
Yeah, 2.5 cars long by 7 cars.
Yeah.
So we'll call it 80 feet across and probably 20 feet between the house proper and the cement wall. So 80 by 20.
80 by 20. Okay.
And this up here is the porch.
Now, are those actual trees or bushes?
The bigger ones are trees. The smaller ones are bushes.
Not Johnson's.
So outside of the fence line is the cleared out part. There's like a 20 to 30 meter kind of firing line between the wall and the forest itself. It's not like, you see like stumps. It's not been like burned clean recently. This was cleared out a while ago. But also, there's a lot of fires in Las Vegas, so people will do that to keep things away from their house. So if they burn, they fall into their house and doesn't catch their house on fire.
I'm going to download a video on how to till and prepare land.
Okay.
B, go talk to the commander and say, hey, do you mind if we remove some trees and bushes from your yard in front of the house?
Okay, sure. So you download that and kind of like one of those. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be a prepper video, but kind of a DIY lawn garden. I don't know what you would call it. how to start a small farm.
Okay, first you have to get
Buy
the
a
help.
Yeah. First, don't trust it.
Oh, shit.
So you download that. It takes a little while. But you do find a couple videos with highlights, lots of thumbs ups, and you go out and you find the colonel. He's back to working. You go out to him and you ask him.
Oh, I can't. Your hand gestures are completely blocked.
Wait, sorry. So Dave is behind the television on the other side from me. I'm sorry. I can see him on video. He can see me on video, but we can't see each other.
And his hand gestures come just below where this video actually is.
It's like, go get it.
What?
Do you mind if we clear out what bushes and trees are in your yard instead of what's out here that's already cleared?
Do you need firewood? Like, what's going on?
No, just best to not show people on the outside what food you may or may not have. So using farm out here could be very easily pilfered. Having a farm behind the wall, A, guarded, B, a lot easier to look out and go, oh hey, that needs water.
True. Yeah. Church. Church comes over. Do you have any shovels or anything besides the ones they're using to make sandbags? Church kind of concerns like, we should have probably one or two more in the MRAP. We tend to have a few of them for the whole team to build sandbags and dig trenches and stuff like that. He points over to Ember. Go grab the other E-tools that are left over in the MRAP. She runs off, comes back. She has two. So an entrenching tool is like a fold-up, collapsible shovel.
Yep. Can be
Okay.
used as an axe, can be used
Sure.
as a shovel.
Awesome. I love those things. It's like one of the best camping
That's
tools.
safe.
It's yours.
And they're sharp too, so you could use them to bludgeon the zombie if you need to. So she brings those back, and she kind of has them, and like he said, go grab them. That was all she knows.
Thank you.
Sure. Do you need any help?
I'm gonna go grab the other people that are sitting around wondering what to do. Give them some kind of job.
I like the way you think. And so she goes back. And so you've kind of come and gone from out here. Every time you come out, there seems to be more fencing, kind of completing the circle around the cul-de-sac. Because you see less fencing from the construction site. It stands to logic that they're stripping down from there and building it up here.
Which is a good use of time.
So-
And resources.
With that, Mitch having kind of wrapped things up in the kitchen, Matt having met Stephanie and kind of got her backstory and helping her feel a little bit better, with Chloe and Jesse taking care of the troops and their needs and their food, helping out around there, and Gabe kind of getting the
Workforce ready.
getting like the so far non-productive people to kind of start pulling their weight. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna wrap up this episode. I know we usually end on a cliffhanger, but sometimes there's just gonna be more story development. I think everything that was done today has been very important. And our group, they still have some decisions to make, and we still have another episode left in tonight's session. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up here. Until the next time we meet, stay alive. I'm joined by Gabe, Matt,
Peace.
Chloe,
Go, Chloe.
Jesse, and Mitch.